What's up guys, it's the Couch Potato88 here again and welcome back to my channel. Today's episode will be the top 10 worst games of all time, in my opinion. I have played all the games on the list but never finished them since they're all crap. I'll do my best not to swear on this video, and please remember guys, this is my personal list. Sorry if your favorite game got included in the list. Enough of the chit chat, let's begin. Number 10. Tropico V. Tropico V is a construction and management simulation video game developed by Hamimont Games. It is available on Windows, Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS4, OS X, also known as macOS, and Linux. On this game, we control El Presidente, a sort of mayor of a tropical island with the aim of slowly improving the island, and to ultimately gain independence from the crown, which is loosely inspired by the British Empire. I played this game back in 2019. I had spent roughly 8 hours on it. I enjoyed the game at first, but as the hours went by, I got so frustrated since the natural disasters such as earthquakes and storms repeatedly batter my already progressing island. I know it's part of the game and you can toggle the frequency of disasters to less frequent, but I just want to set it to normal frequency of occurrence. I just did not have the time and patience for that shit. Number 9. Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age. Final Fantasy XII is a JRPG developed and published by Square Enix, originally released in 2006 for the PS2 and now remastered for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, etc. We control a group of characters with Van being the main protagonist. The story starts in Damascus' capital city, Rabanastre, during the wedding of Princess Ashila and Prince Raster. Then an invasion suddenly occurred. Don't get me wrong, this game might be a masterpiece to some, but I just couldn't get into it. It has insane difficulty spikes that forces you to grind just to advance in the game. In addition, I find the special attacks animation kinda cheesy. I had spent more than 40 hours in this game, but eventually succumbed to its savage grind fest and slow phasing story-wise. I gave it a good old college try, but nope, it's not for me. Number 8. Mass Effect 3. This game is an action RPG developed by BioWare and published by Electronic Arts. We are playing as Commander Shepard, who is the commanding officer of the Normandy SR-2 starship. He is tasked to go to Mars to get a super weapon in order to defeat the Reapers. I'm not gonna lie, I tried so hard to like this game, but no, I just couldn't get into it. I am not a fan of intergalactic feud between humans and aliens. I hate games with sci-fi outer space setting. It's just not for me. Sorry for all the Star Wars or Star Trek fans out there. Objectively speaking, the frame rate was nausea-inducing at 30 FPS, since I played it on my PS3. I am not going to change my mind anytime soon. As a matter of fact, I sold my copy of the game a long time ago just to get rid of it. Number 7. XCOM 2. XCOM 2 is a turn-based tactics video game developed by Firaxis Games and published by 2K Games. It is set in the year 2035, 20 years after the events in the first XCOM. The game begins with Bradford leading the raid on an Advent gene bank, rescuing the commander who had been captured and put to a stasis. In layman's term, hibernation or dormancy. To be honest, I quit the game in the first 2 hours of playing it. I just find it very bland, extremely hard, and frustrating. New breeds of aliens keep showing up per stage, and I feel underpowered every time they arrive on the scene. My team got eradicated over and over again, no matter how I tried. In addition, I despise the customization in the engineering and research departments based in a ship or an aircraft. I'm not even sure where it is, and I don't give a shit about this game. Number 6. Priny. Can I really be the hero? This is a 2008 2D side-scrolling comedy platform video game for the PSP, developed by Nippon Ichi Software. It is a spin-off in the Disgaea series. Where do I start with this game? I played it back in 2010 in my PSP with high hopes for hours upon hours of fun. But no, the opposite happened. You play as the main character Priny, who looks like a bird or some shit, or maybe a penguin. Your main goal is to seek for ingredients for the ultra dessert for Etna. She will give your squad 10 hours to obtain those ingredients, or else she will kill your whole squad, including you. To be honest, I think this is the game that made me quit the quickest ever in the game. I only played it for like 20 minutes, then I quit. The graphics are crap, the story sucks, the game in its entirety feels like it's been made for preschoolers. Number 5. Ice Climber for the NES. Ice Climber is a platformer game released in 1985 for the NES. I played this game as a kid, and I admit that I had a little bit of fun out of it. But boy, oh boy, I realized after a few hours of playthrough that this game sucks. This game can also be played as a couch co-op with the goal of reaching the topmost level of the series of platforms. The characters are called Popo and Nana, who both uses a wooden mallet to be able to break through the platforms. I hate this game due to its clunky controls and annoying enemies that looks like a seal and a bear. They can harm you while you're trying to break free for the next level. The graphics are not too bad for that time, but I just didn't have a great time with this game. Do not play this game unless you want to waste your time. Number 4. Hoshigami, Ruining Blue Earth. This garbage of a game was released in 2001 for the PlayStation. It is a tactical RPG developed by Max 5 and published by Atlas. The player must raise a small army of mercenaries by fighting the turn-based tactical battles. The gameplay involves selecting places on the world map, watching characters talk to each other, and finally a battle. While you are on the story map, the player can equip items and teach party members, as well as train the party. Anyway, I'll go straight to the point. This game is freaking garbage. Clunky controls and camera angles, annoying battle mechanics that makes you confirm a specific command at least twice. What I mean by that is, if you select an attack, there will be a pop-up that says, "Will you like to attack? Yes or no?" And oh, it's another grind fest galore with steep learning curve. Your time is precious, so if you happen to see this game for cheap, just throw it in the bin. Number 3. Flappy Bird for the iOS and Android. I'm assuming everybody knows this game. It's a freaking abomination to the gaming world to have this type of game. I know, it's a casual game. But what else can you do except for endlessly flapping the bird's wings and try to avoid the pipes? It's a side-scrolling game that is never-ending. I freaking despise this game. There's zero sense of accomplishment in this game. After breaking the top score each time, who cares? Nobody gives a shit about your high score in this game. Number 2. Galaga for the NES. Oh my gosh, freaking Galaga released on the NES back in the day when I didn't even exist yet. Oh boy, this game could be my top 1 worst game, but I'll be gentle for this game. This is an arcade-style shooter game on which you control a spaceship. Atrocious graphics, nausea-inducing music and sound effects. What else can I say? In this game, you are trying to kill enemies that look like flies and mosquitoes. I don't even give a crap on what creatures they are. For fans of Galaga out there, I'm sorry, but no. I stand on my ground that this game is one of the worst. Here we go. The top 1 worst game of all time in my opinion is Karateka for the NES. This game is a martial arts action game released back in 1984 for the Apple II, Atari 8-bit, NES, Commodore 64, etc. I played this game on my NES back when I was 6 years old, and oh boy, I have nothing good to say about this game. You control a character wearing karate uniform on which you need to run towards the right side of the screen to advance in the game. But before you advance, you need to beat certain enemies one by one using your karate skills. The game is damn clunky and hard. I had no sense of enjoyment in this game. There are times that I run through an enemy and got knocked out in one hit. Graphics looks like garbage, and the music sounded like it's composed by a bunch of preschool kids. I'd rather go home and take a nap rather than waste my time on this game. So yeah, that's it. That is my top 10 worst games of all time. No offense if I included your favorite game on the list. I'm just being brutally honest. As always, happy gaming and see you next time.